So I watched this show with the sole purpose of doing a review on it, and halfway through the show I almost fell asleep and almost plucked my own eyes out of my head.
And create the very first version of a Witcher. That's been done to death.
Are you serious?
And I decided, you know what, I'm not even going to do a review on it because it's bad. And I don't want to regurgitate the same thing over and over and over again, because this feels like Rings of Power, which I watched every week when it came out, and I said that I would do a review because I wanted to talk about it. But then when I sat down here in front of the camera, turned on the mic, I'm like, there's nothing in it. So you'll just end up with me saying all the crap stuff that happened in it and just being completely and utterly negative. Surely there has to be some redeeming quality somewhere in it, right? There isn't. I'll do a quick little breakdown on it here because this one is not worth your time. Oh my god. I just finished watching Willow episode 6 and it actually felt like I was watching Citizen Kane, Shawshank Redemption all rolled into one compared to this utter tripe, this utter shite. Who is watching this? Why are they making it? It's just shocking. The show opens up with a battle scene that's upside down, and the only reason I can gather that it's upside down is because there is women with half SJW haircuts everywhere in the battle, and they had to try disguise that because most people would have tapped out after 6 seconds and went, nope, can't be dealing with that. Then we get into the dialogue from the main guy who's like bumbling around on the battlefield, and again it's TikTok Kardashian dialogue. He is literally talking like he's in modern day LA, and it's so off-putting. You're just like, oh my god, this is trash. He meets Minnie Driver with pointy ears and she tells him that there's a narrative that needs to be rewritten and that's what he's here for, and off we go on our journey 1,000 years before the original setting of Witcher, and Henry Cavill is well and truly not in the picture here. So they do this little monologue of who our fellowship is going to be, and of course the leader of the fellowship is a person of color, strong independent woman that no one can tell anything to. It is depressing. It's actually depressing. This show is setting up this chick as the leader and I don't believe it. It's absolute garbage. She looks like she's out of the X Factor. She strolls into a pub and starts playing, I don't know, some sort of musical instrument like a fiddle or something like that. And then you have the obligatory, I think we're not even 5 minutes in at this stage, we have the young good looking chick who walks through the bar and there's a couple of douchebags in there and they start grabbing her and trying to assault her. And of course, you can see it from 67 miles out that this chick is going to jump down off the stage and kick the living shit out of them as if it's not even an effort whatsoever, which she proceeds to do. So we head to some make-believe kingdom and we have some chick and she's running away and there's some guy and he's like a warrior. He's got pointy ears and he's the badass, and they kick the crap out of a bunch of people with ease, and you're kind of looking going, okay, this is what it is. The battle scene was actually quite good. The hand-to-hand combat was quite good. The main warrior guy looks like he's carrying a 42-inch television that's invisible. His hands are like, you know, got potatoes underneath them or something. They seem to be 10 foot wide. He proceeds to head over to the kingdom and engage in intimacy with this princess chick, and he gets caught and he gets banished from the land. There's a bunch of very offensive Irish accents in there and I can't understand it. There's Scottish accents, Irish accents, British accents. It's not as bad as Willow in terms of the Americanized garbage, but it's thereabouts. So the independent woman who needs no man with the fiddle gets thrown into prison for beating the crap out of the guys. The Irish dude with the potatoes under his armpits, he gets thrown into prison for fooling around with the princess. So he's in prison and banished, and two of them meet in there and they hate each other and their clans hate each other, and they have another unrealistic fight where she like holds her own for about 30 seconds. It wouldn't happen. It'd be a backhander and she'd be picking her teeth up off the ground for 15 minutes. But hey, that's just reality, right? But who wants to see that? And whilst watching these ridiculous fantasy shows, what I'm always thinking is the actors who are playing the role. We say the Irish guy, for instance, looks like a fine actor. To be honest, if he had a good script, I'm sure this guy will do very well somewhere. I understand that you gotta take what gigs become available, and this is obviously a big gig for him. But surely at the back of his mind, he must be thinking,
that's stupid.
Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe he's delighted to take the paycheck. Maybe he's sitting around in bars and he's telling his friends, guys, you gotta see this thing. It's better than Game of Thrones. Maybe he's that guy, I don't know. But surely when he goes home at night and has a good little think about it on his own in the bedroom at 5 o'clock in the morning, sitting on the edge of his bed, he's saying, it's a trash fire. It's a trash fire. There's no way this chick will beat me. Like, anywho, we have Lenny Henry is in it as well. Garbage. He's going around with some big fat chick following him. Don't know what she's there for. Inevitably, the Irish guy with the potatoes under his arm and the strong independent women get together and they set off on the journey. They get banished from the land. They're trying to make their way back over to this other make-believe place. So they're tied together, you know, the buddy cop thing where she hates him and he hates her, but you just know an episode in we're going to be forced to actually watch them develop some sort of relationship together. Ugh. They're kind of like the Halbrand and Galadriel type thing. It's just like, this is not real, guys. This is bullshit. I don't want to watch this. It's fake. It's totally unbelievable. I don't think anyone's going to get into the second episode or the third episode of this thing. I only watched the first one and I'm like, I can't. I honestly can't. We're forced to listen to this narrative unfold where Michelle Yeoh shows up and she's even more powerful than Lark, the strong independent woman. She busts her in 2 seconds. She busts the Irish guy with ease. The woman is like 78 years old and you're supposed to believe that she's standing there like doing flips and tricks. It's just like, okay, please stop. Please stop with this garbage. And as I said, I don't want to keep regurgitating the same thing over and over again. This is woke. This is trash. This is identity politics, extreme feminism, radical feminism, whatever you want to say. It's all encapsulated in this show with one beautiful little bow on the top. I don't know who's going to continue to watch this thing. I don't know whether it's worth my time to go near episode 2. Don't know what the actors are doing here or how they sleep at night. We know what the agenda is from the showrunners and the producers and Netflix. They want to indoctrinate the mind. They want people to remember seeing garbage trash fires like this in 2 or 3 years time and say, oh yeah, medieval fantasy was filled with small people, with gay people, with black people. That was all the rage in medieval Europe. And you're like, you're trying to rewrite history. You're trying to construct a narrative. You're gaslighting people into an inverted history. And I don't know what else to say about it. Let me know your thoughts down below if you've watched this thing. Let me know your thoughts if you thought it was good. As I said, redeeming quality of this show, if I had to pick one, the Irish actor who plays the lead, I don't even know his name. He's pretty good, but besides that, this is trash. Drop a like, share the video, let me know down below. Cheers.